quick video. We're going to talk SmackDown because it happened last night. It was in Dallas, Texas. And let's get right into the action because we started off with a scene. I don't want to call it an opening segment. I call it more of a scene, more of a dialogue. We had, you knew they were going to talk about Miz blowing up at Daniel Bryan getting upset, and they did. They opened it up with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan watching the video. Shane McMahon pretty much tells him, you got to do something about it. Daniel Bryan, intense moment there. I liked it. It was sweet. It was short. It's then sweet, and it was great. A very great, intense moment. Then we had The Miz in the ring. Opening segment for The Miz. The Miz comes down. You know what The Miz does. It's his character, and you gotta love it. I mean, he comes down and he complains about, no one really does it. Being the Hollywood type. He's the Hollywood drama queen of the WWE. We all know that. But he comes down and he does his thing, and enters Dolph Ziggler. Dolph comes down to the ring, pretty much. I mean, he didn't really have to say very much. 2 words would have just summed it up, but I love the dialogue they did with it. He pretty much tells him to shut it. Shut up. Just shut. And he gets to the ring, challenges him to a fight, takes off his shirt, he's ready to fight. Miz gets out of the ring, he pulls off his jacket. You figure, okay, he's gonna get in the ring and fight. No, if you know Miz's character, he's not. He's a chicken. He goes to get in the ring, then he gets out. And as he's walking up the ramp, Dolph Ziggler goes, I guess Daniel Bryan was right about you. Oh, those are fighting words. Anyways, he comes back down to the ring, going to get in the ring. Then he walks away, like we figured. On Talking Smack, we find out that it's going to be The Miz defending against, that's right, you guessed it, Dolph Ziggler at Backlash. That was 1 or 2 Backlash matches announced last night, and I love it. I'm excited for that match. Let's get it going. It may give Dolph Ziggler a push. Who knows? He could be the next champ, Intercontinental Champ. That's a title he could hold. That'd be cool. Next up, we had a match, our first match of the night, the tag team tournament match. One of the 2 that we're going to go tonight to decide the finals in the semifinals. The final 2 in the semifinal match. I almost confused myself there. It was the Hype Bros versus the Vaudevillains. Not a big fan of the Vaudevillains, but I think they could push either one of these teams. The Hype Bros, when they first came around, I was like, this is a gimmick. That's all it is. Don't take them serious for anything. But last night they proved me wrong. They got me taking them serious. This team is really serious. This is a action-packed team. They got talent. They don't just get hype. They stay hype. I love it. I love the gimmick, but I also love the action that they can put in the ring. They're very intense. They're a very good team. They won last night. They advanced to the semifinals. Next up, we have the AJ Styles. Now, earlier in the night, he runs into Apollo Crews. I love the fact that they're running with Apollo Crews' last name. No one knows his last name. So Apollo Crews is like, my name's Apollo Crews. He spells out his last name. I love it. Yeah, Daniel Bryan made I believe Daniel Bryan made an honest mistake the first time he did it. But they're running with it, and I love it. He gets in the ring. AJ comes out to the ring. He's doing his talking. He's hyping up the Dean Ambrose AJ Styles match at the pay-per-view Backlash. He's hyping it up. And here he comes. That's right, Apollo Crews. Walks on down. He says, he basically informs him that I went to Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan said it's okay for me to come down and fight you. Well, first off, before I get into this match, and it was happening right then and there. First off, if I get into this match, I'm going to tell you, we knew that AJ Styles wasn't going to lose. It was either going to end in disqualification, which I was expecting, or AJ Styles is going to get the pin. Because, and honestly, you don't want Apollo Crews to win because then you have to explain why Apollo Crews ain't going to be in the heavyweight championship match. He just beat the #1 contender, right? Anyways, it goes on. We saw talent back and forth. We saw the moonsault off the ring apron. We saw the strength of Apollo Crews. I like this. You can push Apollo Crews in many different directions. But AJ Styles got the win. Next up, we had Heath Slater's interview at his trailer. I love it. They're running with the family. They're running with him trying to provide for his family storyline. They're running with the kids. The above ground pool was involved. Rhino was there. The Dwarves. Yeah. Cheese in a can and crackers. Love it. What's wrong with cheese in the can and crackers? I don't know. But anyways. Love it. Then Renee Young asked, well, what's your kids? Are they in school? He goes, oh no, they're out back collecting bottles and cans. Collecting bottles and cans to provide for the family. Get it? I love it. Then he asks if she wants to go out and see the above ground pool. By the way, the whole time Rhino's making facial features. I love it. Great storyline. Rhino don't even say a word. It's hilarious. The wife was hilarious. The nerves were hilarious. Then the ending. His son takes off with his car. Beautiful. I loved it. Great. Next up, we got Bray Wyatt. He's coming down. He wants to deliver a message to Randy Orton. He says that Randy, he's not afraid of no man. You know, the normal thing he always talks about. Then he talks about how Randy Orton feels like he's got venom running through his blood, but all he sees is a man. But he said the reason he likes Randy Orton and the reason he's fascinated with him is because he has voices in his head. I don't see nothing wrong with voices in the head. Hey, if you have voices in your head, there's nothing wrong with it. But he had voices in his head, and that's what fascinates him with it. And it was kind of a dark, cool segment. Randy Orton comes down. They go back and forth. To make a long story short, Bray Wyatt challenges Randy Orton to a match at Backlash. That's the second one. That's the number 2 match for Backlash. Challenged him for a match at Backlash. Randy Orton accepts it. Now, one of my favorite quotes of the whole thing was he said, Randy Orton calls himself the Predator. Well, Randy Orton, I'm now the Predator. This is getting awesome for Backlash. So, Bray Wyatt versus the Viper at Backlash. Next up, we had Natty and Alexa Bliss versus Naomi and Becky Lynch with Nikki Bella at commentator. Now, Nikki Bella's at commentator. You know what's going to happen. Everybody knew what was going to happen. Carmella's not there. She's coming out of the crowd. She's coming out somewhere. She's going to get Nikki. She's going to attack her again. And I love the character they're doing with her because, let me be honest with you, it's more like you were my homecoming in Brooklyn, so I'm going to get you. I like it. This 6-pack challenge is going to be great. You saw talent. The match did not get a clean-cut win because it was Becky Lynch distracted and cradled up for the pin. But I thought it showed off the women talent, and the 6-pack challenge is going to be awesome. Next up, we had a return of the Attitude Era. That's right. The Headbangers came to SmackDown, and they took on Heath Slater and Rhino. I knew Heath Slater and Rhino were going to win because I've already called them to possibly win the tournament. In fact, I've already said in one of my videos that they're going to win the tournament. I thought it was a great moment. It was fighting back and forth. It was great to see the Attitude tag team back in the Headbangers. It was great to see this match go on. You saw the great talent from Heath Slater and the muscle of the tag team for Rhino. They get the win. Afterwards, there was a WWE exclusive interview where the Headbangers asked, when's their next match? Go find out for us. It was a very good interview, actually. I thought it was very good dialogue for that interview. Next up, we had, the tag team tournament semifinals is set for next week. Hype Bros versus Heath and Rhino. And, which I already predict Heath and Rhino's going to win. Next up, we had American Alpha and the Usos. I've been sticking with the Usos for a while, since the tournament was announced last week. I've been saying that they're going to win. No, American Alpha will win this, but it will show both teams as strong competitors for the tag team division. Next up, we had Styles come down for commentary because guess what? It's Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose, right? But this guy, the milkman, comes into the ring. He says, I got a license to wrestle. He says, hey, but they won't let me wrestle. So he starts taking off his clothes. It was nasty. It was sick. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? He's out of his whitey tighties. And here comes Kane. Boom, choke slam, it's over. Moving on. I don't know what they're doing with the storyline, but hey, who cares? I'm moving on. Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose. Great match. Baron Corbin walks down. He walks past Kane. That was an interesting transition there. But he gets in the ring. It's a great fight. It's back and forth. It's back and forth. You knew AJ Styles, that commentary. This is just hyping up the match. And again, just like with the AJ Styles match earlier, you're not going to let Baron Corbin win because then he beat the champion. Then why isn't he facing the champion at Backlash? But it was a good match. It was a very talented match. Anyways, AJ Styles wants to get involved. He gets up to try to connect with a knee or whatever to Dean Ambrose. He actually connects with Baron Corbin. The match is thrown out. Eventually, Dean Ambrose drops Baron Corbin in the Dirty Deeds. AJ Styles gets up to do the phenomenal forearm. Dean Ambrose hits the rope. That was a funny segment at the end because he's patting him on the back. He shakes his hand. I heard a laughter out of the crowd even. And then Dean Ambrose walks off champ. Okay, that was SmackDown, folks. Yeah, it was good. Just Raw was a little better because of the whole ending of Raw. I'm going to give Raw the win this week. Raw's been really struggling against SmackDown, but Raw wins this week. So I'm out of here. hit like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But this was my SmackDown preview. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the show. NXT, you up next. Catch you all later. Peace.